Good afternoon, students. So in the last class we have completed exercise 7.4. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the third method of integration, that is integration by partial fractions. So before going to the actual concept, so here we have to discuss three terminologies. They are rational function, and then proper rational function, and then improper rational function. And if the function is improper rational function, we have to convert it to proper rational function by long division process. So that we are going to discuss now. So let me start with the rational function. Rational function. So this we have studied in our first PUC second chapter, that is types of functions. So what is the exact meaning of a rational function? The functions which are written in the form of p of x by q of x is called rational function, where p of x and q of x are polynomials in x and q of x should not be equal to 0. If the denominator becomes 0, the function is not defined. That is why we are writing q of x not equal to 0. So let us give the definition now. The function of the form p of x by q of x. P of x, the function of the form p of x divided by q of x is called a rational function. So here, what are p of x and q of x? Both are polynomials in x, and q of x should not be equal to 0, where p of x and q of x are polynomials in x, and q of x should not be equal to 0, and q of x not equal to 0. So in case this becomes 0, anything divided by 0 is always ND, not defined. So that is why denominator should not be equal to 0. This is all about rational function. Again, in this we have two types: proper rational function and improper rational function. So let us take one by one. First one, proper rational function. So what is the exact meaning of proper rational function? If the degree of the numerator, that is p of x, is less than the degree of the denominator, then it is called a proper rational function. See here, if the degree of p of x, the degree of p of x is less than the degree of the degree of q of x. If the degree of p of x is less than the degree of q of x, then it is called then it is called proper. It is called proper rational function. Proper rational function. Proper rational function. So let us give an example for this. Example, see here. So it is x minus 1 divided by x square plus 3x plus 1. So observe the numerator and the denominator here. What is the degree of p of x? It is the highest power of the variable. It is 1. Here the degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. So this is a proper rational function. So let me give another example now. X divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. So this is also a proper rational function. See the degree of the denominator. If you multiply all these terminologies, somewhere we get x cube. So the degree of the numerator it is 1, whereas the degree of the denominator it is 3. Therefore, this is also a proper rational function. So this is all about rational function and then proper rational function. Well, let us discuss about improper rational function. So here, if the degree of the numerator is greater than or equal to the degree of the denominator, then it is called an improper rational function. See here, if the degree of p of x, the degree of p of x is greater than or equal to the greater than or equal to the degree of q of x. Degree of q of x, then it is called an improper rational function. An improper rational function. An improper rational function. So let us give an example for this. Example. So here we have to give two examples, in which one the numerator is the degree of the numerator equal to the degree of the denominator, then the other one has to be degree of the numerator greater than the degree of the denominator. So x square plus 1 divided by x square minus 5x plus 6. So see here. Here the degree of p of x is equal to the degree of q of x. So this is an example for improper rational function. Let us give the next example. X cube plus 1 divided by x square plus 2x plus 1. X cube plus 1 divided by x square plus 2x plus 1. So here the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator. These two are the examples for improper rational functions. So see here we have a note. So whenever we are going for the integrals, improper rational function must be converted to the proper rational function by the long division process. So I hope you have learned division of two polynomials in your 10th standard. So once we solve some problems, you will get through that process. Here, improper rational functions. Improper rational functions. Improper rational functions. Improper rational functions can be converted into proper rational function. Proper rational function by long division process. By long division process. So now, if P of x divided by Q of x is improper, rational function, then how you convert this to a proper rational function? So see here, is improper. This implies P of x divided by Q of x, which is equal to T of x plus P1 of x plus P1 of x divided by Q of x. So here we have written this improper rational function in this particular form, T of x plus P1 of x by Q of x. Here T of x is a polynomial in x, and whereas P1 of x by Q of x is a proper rational function. So this you will understand once we take up exercise problems. So here T of x is polynomial in x. And what about this now? This is a proper rational function. So this is nothing but proper rational function. So this is all about improper rational function. So next we are going to write an important table. Well, now we are going to write an important table regarding this concept. So see here, it is a serial number, form of the rational function, and then the corresponding form of the partial fraction. Let us write the first one. Px plus q divided by x minus a into x minus b. Px plus q divided by x minus a into x minus b, comma, a not equal to b. If this is the form of the rational function, its corresponding form of the partial fraction will be capital A divided by x minus a plus b divided by x minus b. So this is the first form. Let us go for the second one. Px plus q divided by x minus a the whole square, then write the corresponding form of the partial fraction. So it is a divided by x minus a divided by x minus a plus b divided by x minus a the whole square. X minus a the whole square. Let us go for the third one. So it is bx square plus qx plus r divided by x minus a into x minus b into x minus c. So if this is the form of the rational function, so what will be its form of the partial fraction? So it is a divided by x minus a plus b divided by x minus b plus c divided by x minus c plus c divided by x minus c. So let us write the fourth one. So px square plus qx plus r divided by x minus a the whole square into x minus b. If this is the form of the rational function, so what will be its corresponding form of the partial fraction? A divided by, we have to write only x minus a because it is repeating, write only once, plus b divided by x minus a the whole square plus c divided by x minus b divided by x minus b. So we have one more now form. So meanwhile pause the video to note it down, then we will go for the fifth form. Well, let us write the fifth one. See here, px square plus qx plus r divided by x minus a into x square plus bx plus c. So observe one thing. So here in the fifth case, we have the quadratic polynomial in the denominator. So till now we did not get this case. So now its corresponding partial fraction form will change now. So here a divided by x minus a plus now we have to write the sum of two real numbers, that is bx plus c divided by x square plus bx plus c. A divided by x minus a plus bx plus c divided by x square plus bx plus c. So here where x square plus bx plus c. This is a quadratic polynomial and it cannot be factorized further. It cannot be factorized. It cannot be factorized further. It cannot be factorized further. So only in this case, whenever you have the quadratic polynomial in the denominator and if it cannot be factorized further, then we go for this case. In case if it is able to factorize, then we take any one of the four standard forms. So here, what are A, B and C? So in the above table, capital A, capital B and capital C are the real numbers to be determined suitably. In the above table, A, B and C are real numbers. So this is all about this important table. Then we'll solve some problems. Well, let us solve an important example problem on integrals by partial fractions. So here's given find integral dx by x plus 1 into x plus 2. So I take this as I which is equals to integral dx upon x plus 1 into x plus 2, x plus 1 into x plus 2. So now we should go back to the table now. See the serial number 1. There it is px plus q divided by x minus a into x minus b. If this is the case, then how do you write its corresponding partial fraction form? It is a divided by x minus a plus b divided by x minus b. This we have to make use now. So I take up only the integrand, that is 1 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2. Therefore 1 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2, which is equals to a divided by x minus a. In place of x minus a, we have x plus 1. So it is x plus 1 plus b divided by x plus 2. So now we will have to take up the LCM in the right hand side. 1 which is equals to x plus 1 into x plus 2. This is equals to, so what will be the LCM now? Multiplication of these two terms. X plus 1 into x plus 2. So now x plus 2 will be multiplied with a. You get a into x plus 2 plus x plus 1 will be multiplied with b plus b times x plus 1. So here the denominator get cancels. X plus 1, x plus 2 and x plus 1, x plus 2 get cancels. I write the remaining term 1 which is equals to. Now at the same time I multiply a with these two terms and b with these two terms. A into x it is ax plus a into 2 it is 2a plus, now b into x it is bx plus b into 1 it is b. Now we have to go for equating the coefficient of x and the constant terms both the sides. See here in the right hand side the coefficient of x, search for the x terms. So we have ax and then bx. So this can be written as a plus b into x if you take x common between these two terms. And then what is the x term in the left hand side? X is missing, so I can write 0 into x plus 0 x plus 1. 1 can be written in this one. So what is the coefficient of x now? It is 0. A plus b which is equals to 0. Then now I go for equating the constant term. 2a plus b equal to 1. So 2a plus b which is equals to 1. So now I call this as equation number 1 and this as equation number 2. We have to solve these two equations in order to get the values of a and b. So solving these two, plus b minus b get cancels. So let us solve both the equations. Solving 1 and 2. See here, a plus b which is equals to 0 and then 2a plus b which is equals to 1. So now I go for the sign change. Minus, minus, minus. Plus b minus b get cancels. A minus 2a it is minus a. 0 minus 1 it is minus 1. This implies a which is equals to 1. Now substitute the value of a in any one of the equation, we get the value of b. So this implies, so I will substitute a equal to 1 in equation number 1. 1 plus b which is equals to 0. So what is the value of b now? Take 1 to the RHS, it becomes 0 minus 1, that is minus 1. b which is equals to minus 1. Then we have got the values of a and b. So now we will have to substitute the values of a and b in this particular equation. So now 1 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2 which is equals to, so a, what is the value of a? It is 1. We get 1 divided by x plus 1, then plus, what is the value of b? It is minus 1. Minus 1 divided by x plus 2. So here plus into minus it is minus. So I can write it directly. So it is minus. So now integrate both the sides. Tx upon x plus 1 into x plus 2 which is equal to integral of dx upon x plus 1 then minus integral dx upon x plus 2. Dx upon x plus 2. So what is this now? This is nothing but I. So write I as it is. I which is equal to, this is in the form of integration dx by x plus a. It is log mod x plus a plus c. So this can be written as log mod x plus 1 then minus, it is log mod x plus 2 plus c. So now this is in the form of log x minus log y, can be written as log x by y. So this can be simplified further, log mod x plus 1 divided by x plus 2 plus c. So this is the answer for the first example problem. So mark this as very important for 3 marks. On this exercise, you will definitely get one 3-mark question for your board exam.